And welcome back. In our Health Watch this morning, your kids are getting ready to go back to school, but are they ready for those irritants lurking in the classroom or the cafeteria that may trigger an allergy attack? Early show medical contributor Dr. Mallika Marshall is here to talk about what your children should keep in their backpacks if they're allergy prone and all those other things out there. First of all, good to see you again. How are you?
Good to see you as well.
So day one of school's coming up. What do parents need to know about their kids' schools or their classrooms to make sure that they're okay?
This is a conversation parents need to have with the school before school starts. And you want to have an open dialogue with the administrators about your child's allergies. So first of all, inform the staff. Let the teachers know, the administrators, the school nurse know what type of allergies your child has. Make sure they know what kind of medications they should be taking, both at home and at school. If they have allergies to pet dander, make sure that there aren't any problems with school pets in the classroom. And then if they have food allergies, talk specifically to the cafeteria about what precautions they can take to protect your child.
All right, before we get into the food allergies, let's talk about dust and mold. It's a problem everywhere, but especially in schools. And when you haven't been there all summer, you come back into that school environment, what do you need to do?
Well, if your child has an allergy to dust, or it tends to be very irritating, then you want to encourage them to sit further back from the chalkboard so they don't get irritated by the chalk, and stay away from carpeted areas. If they have mold allergies, talk to the schools about making sure that they repair leaks very quickly and that they disinfect the classrooms on a regular basis.
Now for the food allergies, because there are so many of them, what can you do to make sure that your daughter or your son in the cafeteria, I mean, how do you monitor them from home?
Right, it's very difficult. It's a lot easier to watch what your child eats at home, but once they go to school, it's out of your hands. So the one thing you can do is actually fill out what's called a food allergy action plan. It looks something like this. And you can actually write down what foods your child is allergic to, what reactions it causes, when you should administer medications, and any emergency contact information. And then make sure your child knows exactly what symptoms to look for.
And peanut allergies are not only for kids, but for adults. So, I mean, there's so many great things that have peanuts in them. I mean, for kids, it's got to be tough. What can they do to make sure that they avoid that?
It is tough, and it's not just nuts. Their kids are allergic to milk and soy, and they often have multiple food allergies, and then they're left out when it comes to birthday parties and Halloween and stuff like that. Well, a lot of food companies are coming up with special products for people with food allergies. Here's an example, a Boom Choc-A-Boom bar. This is soy-free, nut-free, and milk-free. So hopefully there'll be some more products out here so that your child doesn't feel left out.
And, you know, some schools have what they call nut-free zones, too. So, I mean, they can actually, at school, you don't have to worry. But with kids, when they're trading stuff, Snickers bars, this and that, it sounds good in theory, but you just kind of, you have to be careful.
That's right.
As far as some of the antihistamines and the things out there that can help protect kids, what do we have here?
So if your child has significant allergies, you want to make sure that they carry medication with them at all times. If, you know, they're mild to moderate allergies, then you might just want an over-the-counter antihistamine. If your child tends to have wheezing when they get irritated, then you want to carry something called an MDI or an inhaler to help with that. And then if your child has life-threatening allergies to bee stings or to nuts or whatever, then they have to carry an epinephrine pen with them, their backpack, the car, the school, every place in case of emergency.
And that is the key, obviously, the epinephrine, to make sure that that's on in your backpack, like you said. Make sure the teachers and the school know.
That's right.
And also, I guess with this as well, because you're in school, you don't want your kid dozing off in the middle of the class. You have to really kind of be careful exactly how much medication and what medication's right, what medication isn't right.
That's right. And it's important to remember that allergies, especially seasonal allergies, and we're smack dab in the middle of ragweed season right now, so people associate spring with allergies. A lot of people have fall allergies. So it's important to remember that allergies can actually cause drowsiness and inattention in kids, and the last thing you want them to do is not pay attention in school, so go ahead and treat them, even if some of these things may be sedating.
Make sure your teachers, make sure your schools know. Dr. Mallika Marshall, thanks again.
Thanks,
Good to
Chris.
see you. All right, for more on common allergy triggers and treatments, go to our partner in health news, webmd.com, and search for kids allergies.